Welcome to Jedi Jingle Maker. This is my music channel where I record my original music. I also review guitars. I also do guitar modifications and lots of other stuff. And this is the Guitar Search Podcast.
Cinnamon biscuits. Cinnamon biscuits. You are the mirror. I am the sky. We all the
What you're looking at is the inspiration for many of my musical tracks that you'll find on the channel. It's the Atlantic Ocean. I am located in sunny Florida, and I love to make music all the time. That's why I release a new track every Saturday. I hope you will subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment to let me know what you think about the guitar that we're about to look at today. And the guitar we're looking at today is a Schecter SLS Elite. What a beast. I bought one about 2.5 weeks ago, and I love it. And all it did was make me want to buy another one. So let's take a look. So Schecter has a line of guitars they refer to as the SLS Elite, and they all share some things in common. One is they have this beautiful swamp ash wood that they use. And if you look at the pictures that I'm showing now, you can see that it also has a multi-ply neck, which is very distinctive. You can see it's actually an open pore neck, so you can feel the texture of the wood on the back of the neck as you play. It's very nice, very thin. We'll look at the specifications here in just a minute, but what an absolute beautiful work of art instrument just to start with. This is the version with the Floyd Rose, and of course it's a very nice Floyd Rose. This particular line of guitar, they come with, I believe, the Floyd Rose 1500, which is the high-end Floyd Rose, and I think they might replace some of the hardware with stainless steel or higher-grade metal parts, which is really incredible. But let's look at what they offer here, just at the top level first. Wow, they offer a lot. I would be perfectly happy to pick out 2 of these guitars to buy right now if I had the money to do it. But the guitar that I got, the guitar that I purchased, that I've been playing for the last 2.5 weeks, is this beauty, the C1 SLS Elite. And this guitar comes with 2 Fishman Fluence pickups, one in the neck, one in the bridge. It also comes with a hip-shot bridge, which is beautiful, stable bridge. It's one of my favorite bridges. It comes with locking Schecter tuners, which is, of course, a bonus. I found them to be very good. And it also comes with a graphite nut. So it really comes with just about everything you would hope to have in a guitar. And did I mention it also has stainless steel frets? First guitar I've ever had, I think the first guitar I've ever had that has stainless steel frets. The Kramer right there, the Kramer Stagemaster, I believe it might have stainless steel frets, but I don't actually know. Not sure how you could tell, but it might, because that's a very high-end guitar, or it was at the time. And this guitar has those beautiful jumbo stainless steel frets. And I can tell you that the fretwork on the one that I got was immaculate. I mean, very comfortable, very, very polished ends, very comfortable. One thing that almost bothered me at first was the feel on the back of the neck, because I've never had an open pore electric guitar neck before, and I'm used to this incredibly smooth maple necks, and this is not that. This is you can feel the wood grain of the Paduke and the walnut and the pine. They all have a different kind of texture, and it's very nice, actually. I came to love it pretty shortly after. I was like, is this okay? But if you look at the neck on the back of the pictures here, it has that same pored wood, meaning it has little pores in the wood. And if you're expecting to have a mirror flat neck, this is not it. You feel the wood, and not only do you feel the wood in the neck, you feel the wood on the swamp ash on the back of the body. Some of the other videos I have on the channel show a little bit of a close-up on my current guitar. And by the way, stay tuned for a release of a video that will show that guitar that I bought, also show a recording that I made with it. I've actually made a few recordings on the channel if you want to go check them out. However, in this video, we're just going to look at the whole range of SLS, because like I said, what I was left with was not did I like the guitar? What I'm left with is, how do I get another one, and is there another one I can get that would be sufficiently different enough to justify my extreme desire to get another Schecter SLS Elite? Now that I have one, I just feel like it's a perfect guitar for me, and I love the finish on these guitars. We're going to take a look at one of them that is finished in matte black that I also like, but I would never do it because I would never trade that matte black for this beautiful finish. To me, it's just so gorgeous. All right, let's look to see what they have available. Well, first there's the Avenger FR SLS Elite Evil Twin. And the Evil Twin comes in many different body shapes. This is the Avenger body shape. It also comes in the regular Evil Twin HT body shape. And it also comes in 7-string version, E1 version, and a Les Paul style body, which they call the Solo 2, and then also the PT, which is pretty cool looking if you like that Telecaster style body, and then of course the V, the Elite Evil Twin. So these are, there are lots of different versions of this Evil Twin, but keep in mind they all have this matte black. Now, from what I've researched, this neck's a little bit more beefy, and if you look at that shot down there, and I'm going to go backwards, if you look at that shot in the lower left hand corner, you can see it looks like it does have a little bit more heft in the neck, and I believe that. That's kind of nice, actually. I mean, I don't think that's a drawback at all. I just think that that's a style of neck that could actually be pretty nice. And if you look at the back shot here, again, I can see it looks like it might be a little bit heftier, but I do think I like that. This one appeals to me in a lot of ways just because it's different and unique. But one way it doesn't appeal to me is to have the strap behind the guitar. I have one guitar that's like that, where the strap is behind it, and I really don't like the way it makes the guitar almost fall forward just slightly. Not too bad, but for me it bothers me. I'm not saying it's bad, but I wouldn't pick a guitar like this that had that style of guitar strap. And you can see the style of guitar strap here. It's on the back of the guitar. No thank you for me, but beautiful instrument nonetheless. If it was the last guitar on earth, I would gladly take it. In fact, I would gladly take it just about any way I could get it. But if with limited funds, I would pick one that has the regular strap location that I'm used to, like a Stratocaster style. Now, I showed you the one that I got, but they also have that same version with the Floyd Rose on it, both Fishman pickups, which is interesting, but really just slightly different than what I have. But then they, in addition, sell a version that has both the Fishman pickup and the Sustainiac. And if you're familiar with what the Sustainiac is, I got the pleasure of playing one in a Guitar Center, and it's just incredible. It sustains for basically forever, and in a harmonic almost. And there's a couple different modes you can put it into. It's really, really cool. And when you combine that with a high-quality floating tremolo like a Floyd Rose 1500 or 1000, like you see on this beast, you have got a real creative instrument. That would be a real addition. So this is really most likely to be the next Schecter shred machine that I get, and I'll go with the full-on tremolo. I don't have too many guitars. All the guitars you see, except for that Kramer along the wall here, are all fixed bridge, because I really like that stableness. But of course, a good Floyd Rose tuned in correctly will hold tune quite well, and it's really, I think, the most superior thing for tremolo. If you get right down to it, they're just a little bit complicated, but if you get the really good one, it's a really high quality piece of hardware. So this is what I plan on getting. And the difference that it would be, in addition to the tones that I can get and the tremolo added, I'm going to also planning on getting it in this finish, which is the gray finish. They come in two colors. There's that, I think it's the antique fade burst and this charcoal fade, and they're both beautiful. I have, of course, the antique burst on my current guitar, and I have the gray only in my dreams so far, but soon, at some point, I will have it in my hands. And then I'll have to figure out where I put it on the wall, because I am truly running out of guitar spots on the wall. But I do have a Fender Stratocaster I am getting ready to sell. So good thing. Sell those you don't use much. And the Fender Stratocaster, to me, even though it's a Japanese Fender Stratocaster of excellent repute. To me, the Fender Stratocaster is really not ringing the bell anymore. When I compare it to just about any of these guitars on the back wall, I'd rather play these than that Fender Stratocaster, even though it's a decent, it has that feel, but that classic Fender smooth feel is very easy to play, but I'm just not that into it. I played it a lot as a kid and ready to move on. In fact, I'd much rather have something like an Ibanez AZ or AZS, if you've seen those, to fill that classic niche. We'll look at that in another video coming up, so please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment if you like any of the things we're talking about. But this is certainly a delicious guitar in every way a guitar can be delicious, as far as I can tell. And if you keep on scrolling down, you know, one thing that Schecter has is a lot of left-hand guitars, and you just scroll down and you can see 4 different left-hand guitars displayed. That's a lot for any guitar vendor, I would claim. So that's really cool for the lefties. Let's look a little deeper into what these Evil Twins look like. Of course, that matte black finish is just beautiful, but I hate to see the wood covered up, to be honest. But for a metal guitar, I mean, yeah, why not? Of course, it also has that beautiful ply background, but the key distinction on this particular guitar, I believe, would have to be the inlays on the fretboard, and they're these Roman numerals. And I kind of like it. There's another Schecter that has bat inlays up the neck, which doesn't really do a lot for me. I don't like the bats so much, but I do like the Roman numerals enough. And in fact, even from the sense of easy to know exactly what fret you're on quickly, oddly enough. So I think it's useful, actually. This guitar is darker in every way, too. You see the back of the body is also finished with a much more dark finish. But, you know, it comes with the 2 battery compartments already carved into the body. It's just ready to go. This is an instrument that I believe could last you a lifetime. It's that high quality. These things also have double graphite rods in the neck to stabilize them. So that is incredible. I live in Florida, and Florida is humid. Florida changes temperature. It actually gets kind of cold, and then it gets really, really humid and hot, and varies night and day. It can go down to the 60s at night, and then it's 98 in the afternoon. So pretty big swing, and that can affect the guitar necks. In fact, my Ibanez RG 420 PB is a little bit more sensitive to that. I have to retune it when I pull it down from the wall. However, when I pull down the Schecter, I notice I almost never have to retune it, or just have to retune like the high E or the low E, because that is what rests on the little guitar mount for the wall hanger. But this is another beautiful guitar. Of course, this one comes with a Sustainiac, and this one I'm pointing out because this one has both the Fishman in the bridge and the Sustainiac in the neck. And that's interesting because it also has a fixed bridge. So this one really is also on my list of probably would be my runner-up. You can't get the finish, the antique fade finish, and that fixed bridge with the Sustainiac as far as I can determine. So this is really a unique niche within the SLS collection. And then if we go to look for 7 strings, there are 7 strings galore in every one of these models. And I found the 7-string neck on Schecters to be rather narrow, nice, not too narrow, but you know, kind of Goldilocks zone on the 7-string. They really play nice. And I've also found them, for whatever reason, to be really good for drop tuning. I think it's just the overall stability of the instrument. It just seems so solid, you know. It can also, I can tell you with these guitars, they're a little bit heavy, or at least my guitar was a little bit heavy. I would gladly give that for the tone. You know, there's 2 camps. Those who swear tone wood has no effect, and those who swear it has an effect. I am in neither camp, but I would definitely say that the tone wood matters. It absolutely matters. If it didn't matter, then why would the acoustic sound of the semi-hollow body change the tone so much? Meaning you can tell the richness of the sound. I think it definitely affects how the metal string vibrates. You know, the way the wood reacts affects the way the string can vibrate. So to me, it's the effect it has on the string. But these guitars are a little bit heavy in my mind, but well worth the wait just because of the overall quality. if you're going to get a 7-string guitar and be playing drop tune metal type stuff, you want pickups like the Fishman that are very clear, very crisp, that are easy to mix in a DAW, in a digital audio workstation as you're recording music. And these will give you that incredible clarity, like you can do multi string chords that have complexity and hear the higher notes with heavy gain, with heavy distortion. I think that's what the Fishman gets you. But then when you combine that with a rock solid instrument, and by the way, I don't work for Schecter. I don't have an association with Schecter. I'm just looking at the webpage and dreaming about getting another Schecter, which will end up being my 4th on the next Schecter. And every one of them has just been a dreamer guitar, really solid. And solid in terms of reliable for recording. Out of the box, reliable for recording. And what I mean is, comes with the graphite nut, which means you're not going to have that binding in the nut. They come with solid necks. They all seem to have a solid neck, the ones that I've gotten. I'm sure there are duds, like any guitar company will produce duds, but I sure didn't get any duds. And I can tell you, if you go through a company like Sweetwater, shout out to Ray, and you then have people looking at it both at Schecter, because I know Schecter inspects their guitars. They have the inspector sign the back of it for what that's worth. So they do some level of quality inspection after it's shipped from the factory where it's made overseas. They inspect it, I believe, in California, and then it's shipped out. They sign it with their inspections on the sticker in the back of the guitar, famous little sticker back there ready to play. And then if you buy it from a place where they inspect it again, like Sweetwater, and there are probably others, then you have the assurance that it's been at least inspected. And anything blatant, like the strings being catty-wampi or whatever, likely it'll be resolved. So, I think that's another bonus of going with the Schecter. You just have that quality. Now, honestly, if I'm going to compare Schecter to my second and other, I wouldn't say second like in terms of first and second, but my other favorite guitar company, which is Ibanez, I'm going to claim the Ibanez play a little better. I mean, they're smoother in the terms, in the sense of really, really low action and really, really smooth necks, like this one, the Ibanez SEW, is just amazingly easy and fun to play. But it doesn't produce the type of tones that Schecter will. And I mean even unplugged. I like to play electric guitars acoustically sometimes, meaning unplugged a lot. Walk around the house playing it. I mean, you probably will play your electric guitar a fair amount unplugged if you're like me. Playing chords, whatever, they sound beautiful like that. And depending on the type of wood, you get that acoustic to the ear sound as the wood resonates. And it just sounds fantastic. So the Ibanez is, I think, on the high end, even higher than the Schecter, in my humble opinion. But I could be wrong. I haven't played the finest of fine Schecters yet, like their custom shop USA ones. They have a custom shop in California where they make very high-end guitars. Now, I'm sure that's at a whole different level and probably right up there with the high-end, premium Ibanez. So the custom shop Schecter and a custom shop Ibanez are two also goals of mine at some point. If I was talking about an Ibanez, it'd probably be an Ibanez AZ or AZS at this point. But another solid type of guitar, stainless steel frets. Not sure if they have the graphite nut. That's a tragic thing when these higher end guitars don't include a graphite nut, because then you just have to go have the nut replaced. In my opinion, I got to have a graphite nut, something that it doesn't get bound up at all. Like if you've ever heard that ting sound in a nut as you're tuning, that means that your string is binding up, and that binding up will affect the tuning greatly. So it becomes very frustrating. You have to tune it down and then tune it back up to the note to get it to stick on it, and then when you bend, you can encounter that binding, which will put the note slightly flat or slightly sharp. So high-end guitars come with all the things you would hope to have in the finished version, which is great sometimes, but I found they almost never come with everything exactly the way you want it. So for me, the difference of having a guitar which you buy high-end or you mod you end up putting money in either way, and you never really get exactly what you want until you do a couple changes if you're like me. So as we continue to look down at the different SLS Elites, you can see what I would call the Avenger body style, but they have that lots of wood guitar in both Evil Twin and Elite. Of course, the PT is classic. I think this is one of the most unique PT guitars you're going to find out there, without any doubt. Again, it's got that beautiful multi-ply neck. So, I mean, wow. It says $1,400 on this page. For $1,400, that's a heck of a guitar for a PT. You're going to be one of the few PT guys that has a guitar that cool. And of course, to me, compare this to a Gibson Les Paul. I'm not a Gibson guy at all, but this makes me want to get a Les Paul style guitar, meaning this is the one I would want to have if I ever got a Les Paul style guitar. Now, I wonder if the sound would be at all different. I imagine it wouldn't be much different at all, because these pickups, the Fishman pickups, are known to be exactly replicas of each other. So I don't think there'd be much of a difference there. And I think everything else is really the same as the other guitar. So the one difference is, of course, the bridge on this guitar isn't that hip shot. This is the Tune-o-matic. Tune-o-matics are also great bridges, in my opinion. They have a little screw here that allows you to push this point forward or backwards, just like the other hip shot bridge. So this is another beautiful guitar. Certainly a little less expensive, actually. It looks like $1,300. And then, of course, the Evil Twin Elite V. This thing is gnarly. This might be your thing if you're into metal, for sure. I think it's a cool guitar. I would love to play it, but this doesn't look to me like the kind of guitar that I would be playing a lot, because I wouldn't be able to sit with it easily. So this is more of a standing guitar, in my opinion. And it's got that other drawback for me, not maybe for everyone, which is to have that strap point on the back of the guitar. So it doesn't show it here, but it's on the back. So that's not for me. But if this style of guitar, I would say this is about as cool as it gets, in my opinion. I just love these guitars so much. What an incredible value. Schecter, keep it real. Keep producing these excellent guitars. I can't wait to see what's coming out next, and definitely have my plans. And by the way, if you're new to Jedi Jingle Maker, I hope you already subscribed, joined the tribe, but we will be reviewing many more guitars, window shopping, looking around at all these beautiful shred machines that are available. In upcoming episodes, we'll look at those Ibanez AZs. So we're going to look at a number of other Ibanez and Schecter guitars. In addition, we'll start looking at other brands. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you own one of these beauties and one of the types I looked at, let me know how it sounds, how you like it, how it's held up, how you doing. And that should help everybody to know if they're considering purchasing one of these. All I can say is I spent my money on it, and I do not regret the purchase. I am so happy to have my Schecter SLS Elite. It is absolutely one of my favorite guitars. It makes me want to play guitar. It draws songs out of the instrument as I play it. It inspires me. So to me, that's a home run. And really the only problem is, where do you put more guitars? So thanks for watching Jedi Jingle Maker, where the frequency meets the sea. See you next time.